What's going on, everybody? Today we have got the Wonderkid Bargain 11 here for you guys. Absolutely fantastic list of players. The max price will be 10 million, which I actually don't think anyone does hit the 10 million. They actually get pretty close to it though. But everyone that you see on today's Wonderkid Bargain 11, plus the 4 honorable mentions that will be coming up here in a moment, are all on a 900 plus player shortlist that I have created along with my mod team that is linked down below in the description in my Discord. If you wish to download it, you will have signings for days that you can time and time again go back to, sign them, or try out new players each save that you do, or even with rebuilds. But yeah, with all that being said, without further ado, let's get in to the Wonderkid Bargain Best 11. So the first honorable mention is a 20-year-old Dutch goalkeeper, Robin Roefs of NEC Nijmegen. I believe that's how you pronounce that club's name. It looks very confusing. But he is fairly solid off the rip. 6'4", 15 aerial reach, 15 jumping reach, 13 reflexes, 14 acceleration, 12 agility, good communication, decent command of area, everything he needs to be decent and or good at, he is. 3.3 million to 6.2 million is what you can acquire him for off the rip. Honestly, I would probably pick him up immediately in any save that I am doing, especially if you need a placeholder for the other goalkeeper that is on this list, what you will see in a moment. Now, the defensive honorable mention on this list is Mr. Charlie Hughes of Wigan Athletic, 19-year-old Englishman, valued at 180k to 1.8 million, and for a player that is pretty well-rounded and pretty good mentally, great physically, definitely still needs a little bit of room to grow. He is definitely a player that you should bring in for that price tag. Like, it is so cheap for a player that is as good as he is at 19 years of age, playing at Wigan Athletic. If you take him into your squad, you will definitely develop him more so than the AI will, because through testing with all this, the AI doesn't really develop him very well. But I know for a fact, if you were at the helm, he can turn into an absolute monster of a center back for you. Now, the midfield honorable mention here is Mr. Mads Angard, 19-year-old Danish midfielder of Renders FC, valued at 200k to 6 million pounds that you can pick up off the rip. Very well-rounded, very solid ball-winning midfielder, as that is what it says his best role would be. If you need a ball-winning midfielder, he is a no-brain pickup. You definitely need Mr. Mads Angard in your side. And the attacking honorable mention is Mr. Nelson Viper, 18-year-old German lad from FSV Mainz 05 in the Bundesliga. He is very solid. He has been, I'd say, probably the past 2 years, people have really started to know about him. For 200k to 2 million pounds, you have a striker that can most definitely start for quite a few championship sides, even a couple probably Premier League, Liga, Bundesliga sides as well. Like, even though he's probably not starting for FSV Mainz off the rip, he probably could start for a Heidenheim or a Darmstadt. But now getting into the Wonderkid Bargain 11, the goalkeeper is Mr. Rome Jaden Owusu Oduro. Man has 4 names, which means he has to be good. Has to be good. He is at AZ Alkmaar, 19 years of age, 5.4 million to 8 million pounds. The other goalkeeper is a placeholder in case they don't want to sell him off the rip here at AZ Alkmaar, which they might not. You also have to hope that you get a good version of him and not a bad version. This is a pretty decent version of him. I've had a version that's even better than this one, and it's still around the same price range. Probably like a 9.6 million would be the max that you would have to pay on that one. But I mean, 16 aerial reach, you got 13 reflexes, 14 agility, 14 jumping reach. He is very solid. Still has a lot of growing to do, but he is going to be an absolute world beater, probably one of the best goalkeepers in the world in your saves in the future. Now, right back, being that we are playing a 4-2-3-1 with this Wonderkid Bargain Best 11, we need some creativity there. And Mr. Agustin Nje of San Lorenzo, the 19-year-old Argentinian, definitely brings it. 4.2 million to 6.4 million is what you can pick him up for. 12 crossing, 13 dribbling, 13 first touch. Decent long throws as well, which long throws are back with set pieces, so keep that in mind. If you need a long throw guy, Augustin J, he is definitely that guy for you. 13 marking, 14 passing, 14 tackling. He is a great playmaking fullback or wingback. You definitely want to utilize a player like him in a 4 in the back or a 5 in the back system. He can play central midfield, which is kind of surprising, but I mean, honestly, looking at it, with the attributes it highlights for him to be a Mazzala, he can definitely do it. So, I mean, for 4.2 million to 6.4 million, for someone that can play either at right back, right wing back, or central midfield, why not pull the trigger on him? At right center back, we've got Adamo Nagalo, the Burkinabe 20-year-old from FC Nordjylland, or Nordjylland. It's a really hard club name to pronounce, so cut me some slack on that a little. But very, very good, very well rounded. He is wanted off the rip by Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, Wolves, PSG, Dortmund, Bayern. Everyone and their mother wants this kid. He is very, very good. Physicals, very well rounded, very strong on his right foot, fairly strong on his left foot. We love that with center backs. Decent marking, decent tackling. 600k to 3.9 million is all you got to pay for this kid. That's it. No brain bargain buy right there. That is why he is on this list. Definition of a Wonderkid bargain buy right there. You can play center back, right back, defensive mid, or left back. Now at left center back, we have got probably the slightly taller version and potentially a little bit better version of Lisandro Martinez. Valentin Gomez, 20-year-old center back from Velez in Argentina. Very, very solid player, valued at 600k to 3.9 million. He is wanted off the rip by Crystal Palace, Tottenham, and West Ham. Hopefully he doesn't go to West Ham, because in a bunch of the tests I've done, they actually picked him up and then they never used him. But mentally, very, very good. Physically, very, very good. Technically, very, very good. And he can take pens as well. He can play center back and or left back. The only problem is that he's 5'11". That's why I was saying slightly taller version than Lisandro Martinez. So if you were okay with having a smaller defender, or if you play a libero, he is absolutely perfect for it, because he can make plays with 12 passing, 12 vision. He's got that 15 work rate. He's got 14 teamwork. He's going to work hard for you, so he can get the job done for you no matter what. 600k to 3.9 million, definitely well worth it. Valentin Gomez. Now at left back, we have one of the more expensive players on this list, Mr. Elias Hjellert, the 20-year-old Danish left back from FC Copenhagen. 6 million to 7.2 million pounds is what you can get him for. Majority of the time, he does end up at big time clubs in Europe, throughout Europe. Very, very solid player. Great playmaking player as well. Still has to kind of work on his defensive ability, but he can play right back or left back, left wing back or right wing back. He is versatile on both sides. Very, very solid all around. Some good physicals. The man can't jump, unfortunately. He's 5'7", so I mean that kind of does make sense. Very, very solid mentally, very solid technically. Like I said, good playmaker. So if you need a playmaking win back, he is definitely the player that you should be trying to pick up off the rip in every single save you do. For the right center midfielder, we're sticking with the Scandinavian area. We are going to Rosenborg to find the 16-year-old Norwegian wonderkid, Sverre Halseth Nypen. This kid is absolutely ridiculous, folks. He is absolutely amazing. He has very, very solid attributes off the rip. Very strong with both feet immediately. Dude is ambidextrous with his feet. Do you know how hard it is to get a player that is able to do that, let alone him being valued at 2.6 million to 5.2 million, and he's only 16, and a majority of the time Liverpool always picks him up for like 5 million pounds, and then he's worth 324 million pounds. The dude is ridiculous. You definitely want to bring in Nypen. He is very, very solid. Building blocks of the Holy Trinity. Yes, he can play center mid, and that is where we have him for this best 11 here. but he can also play right wing, center attacking mid, left wing. He can play defensive midfield. I would probably play him as a deep line playmaker. He can actually add some value to the defensive side of his game because he has 9 marking, 9 tackling. He will have to do very little to make that go up to double digits, as you can tell. So he is a very, very solid player. Mr. Sphere, Halset, Nijpen, definitely bring him in. Next up, we've got a Croatian wonderkid from Dinamo Zagreb, 17-year-old Luka Vrbancic. This dude is fantastic as well. Another center mid that can also play as a number 10 like Nijpen can. Very, very well-rounded. He has better marking, same tackling as Nijpen. Very good playmaker. Very good playmaker. He has slightly better finishing as well, so maybe you might want to play him as a number 10. He would do some damage probably as an advanced playmaker on attack, so I would definitely try him out there. But some player traits that are definitely going to help him out are shoot from distance and dives into tackles, because being that he is actually okay on the defensive side of the game, that will help him. He's not going to make brain dead decisions, even though he does only have 10 decisions, so I might take that back in a moment. But he is pretty solid and shoot from distance, 12 long shots. So in a league like the Croatian league, he should be doing very, very well there. And for 55k to 4.5 million pounds, a player like this, definitely you need to pick this kid up, especially if you're trying to rebuild your club. He is definitely a pickup that needs to be had. Coming in at the right wing position, we have my favorite wonder kid on today's list, Mr. Rooney Bargi, the 17-year-old Swedish wonder kid of FC Copenhagen. Dude's absolutely fantastic. Very strong left foot, fairly strong right foot. Has the holy trinity of dribbling, finishing, and first touch. He's going to get quicker. He's so darn good. There aren't enough words to explain how good this kid is now at 17 and how good he can get as well. There are times where he doesn't pan out, but that is when the AI managers waste his talent. But being that you are all much smarter than the AI, you will definitely nurture this player and make him into an absolute beast. For 6.4 million and 9.2 million, you can pick him up. If you are a bigger club, you'll definitely be able to get him the first season. If you're a smaller-ish club, you might have to wait till he hits 18, and even then you can still get him for under 10 million pounds. So at the number 10 position, we have a dual citizenship player because he switches his nationality sometimes. But he starts off as Italian, the 19-year-old Italian Christian Volpato of Sassuolo. He is also Australian, so he will sometimes switch to play for the Australian national team. He is absolutely fantastic, folks. His holy trinity, 15 dribbling, 12 finishing, 16 first touch, 14 passing, 16 technique. Dude is amazing. For 7.6 to 9 million pounds, dude is definitely a must-buy in my opinion. Coming in at the left wing position, we have another Norwegian wonder kid, Mr. Antonio Nusa, 18-year-old Norwegian from Club Brugge, valued at 6.4 to 8.4 million pounds. Very, very good. Very strong right foot, fairly strong left foot. Very solid all around. His physicals will get better in time. His acceleration's great. His pace definitely needs to improve. He has the building blocks of the Holy Trinity, 14 dribbling, 12 finishing, 14 first touch. He can make plays if needed. I wish his work rate was a little bit better, but it can definitely get there within time. He likes to beat the opponent repeatedly, which definitely plays to his advantage because he is very good at one-on-ones against defenders. 6.4 to 8 million. He is definitely worth that price tag. And then coming in at the number 9 spot, the main man up top, the striker of this 4-2-3-1 Wonder Kid Bargain 11, it is Mr. Santiago Castro of Velez. 18 years old, Argentinian Wonder Kid, gee, imagine that, who can play striker, left wing, right mid. He is wanted by clubs like Newcastle United, so he is very, very good, very sought after, very well rounded. He isn't like exceptional at anything yet, but he is very well rounded to where you know, okay, this guy is going to be well worth the buy. Now it suggests that he should be a pressing forward on attack. I would probably play him in a role like that, kind of like a Lautaro Martinez, or if you look at his attributes, and if you've been playing FM for a while, he kind of reminds you of a Matías Arezzo, kind of pretty well-rounded off the rip at a young age. 12 dribbling, 12 finishing, 12 first touch. He is quick-ish, and he does have a little bit of strength to him as well, which is kind of how Matías Arezzo was, and he has a good work rate. So as a pressing forward, I definitely suggest using him as that, or an advanced forward on attack. You will not regret spending the 5.2 to 6.4 million price tag that they have on him at the Les. So if you were to buy the whole 11, it would be 45.044 million pounds. But if you included the honorable mentions, it would be 48.924 million pounds. And the max price, so previous one, minimum price, the max price would be 71.7 million pounds, and with the honorable mentions, it would be 87.7 million pounds to have this entire team of Wonderkids. So there we have it. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please feel free, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribing is 100% free, so I want to hit that sub button. I'll be linking my Discord down below in the description if you guys wish to download the short list of over 900 plus players that myself and the mods of my community have put together for you all in the FM community. So definitely feel free to take a look at that. And before we wrap things up, why not check out all the FM24 videos that I have done so far this year that are appearing on screen right now. Until next time, have a good one. Bye-bye.